you want to have a self-driving car but don't want to pony up a lot of cash to get there? Well, I have the solution for you. You see, if you get a Toyota, or most cars actually, from around 2017 to 2023, they usually have lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, you know, all the gizmos and doodads that keep you centered in the lane. Except a lot of these cars don't actually really do that, because a lot of those systems from back in the day were pretty neutered. Like, they might kind of guide you in the general direction of the center of the lane, but it's not great, and it definitely is not anything close to self-driving. However, if you install a module like I have here installed in the windshield, this will make it significantly better. Well, let me bring you on a tour here on the inside, and I'll show you exactly how I got this installed in this car and how you can use it. So stepping inside this Prius is where the magic happens, and I want to call your attention to this module right here. You see, this is not factory, okay? This has been installed by me. You know, I wired it into the car, and basically this intercepts signals from you know, different components within the car, and will tell the car to do certain things. So let me give you an example. This has cameras. It's looking at the road. It sees where the lane markers are, and it's like, okay, we want your car to be in the middle of the road. So it will apply torque to your steering to center your car and make sure it's in the road. This is similar to AUTOPILOT or any, you know, kind of full self-driving system. Now this car is a 2017, so while it does have lane keep assist, it'll let you go about halfway out of the lane before it even thinks of trying to apply some torque to get you back in the middle. With this system, you're staying nice and centered in the lane the whole time, even through sharp turns. So when you power on your car, this thing does take a minute to boot up. At least mine does. I don't know if this is a bug, but it should probably boot up faster. But anyway, this is wired in to the camera module here. If we take this off, you can see we have some wiring going on. Don't look too close at any of the wiring, it's fine. But yeah, essentially what we're doing is intercepting messages. So this is the factory wiring for the camera. You can see we break into that, and then we also plug back into the camera, so all the messages from the camera are still being sent, but we're intercepting them and manipulating them slightly. So now that it's booted up, you can see the display here. Now it's just a forward view of, you know, what you're seeing out of the windshield, but while you're on the road, this will actually have lane markers, and it will show that you're centered on the road. You can engage and disengage it. You know, you just use your standard cruise control button, and it engages and disengages. You can engage it at 0 miles an hour, and it will center you in the lane. And then if you want to enable cruise control, then it will also, you know, adjust your following distance so that you're following the car in front of you. Also does have a driver facing camera, and in theory it's supposed to monitor your face to ensure that you're looking at the road. And it usually has a little icon here that shows the camera, you know, and being active, and it's like, okay, your face is here, now it's here, you know, that sort of thing. However, mine broke, and it no longer has that functionality, so it doesn't ever check if I'm actually looking at the road, which maybe is a safety hazard, but I don't necessarily mind. So here's an example of what it looks like when you're driving. You can see it has lane markers here that indicate where the lane is in relation to where your car is. Takes turns just fine, and if you touch the turn signal, apply a little torque to the steering wheel, it automatically changes lanes. No hands required. That is pretty sweet. Let's change back. Even the standard Tesla AUTOPILOT can't do that, but here in this unit, no problem whatsoever. Even on roads without great lane markers, you can see the system still does a pretty good job of finding where the lanes are and keeping you centered in the road. It also handles these turns like no one's business. Look at that, no hands on the wheel. It's doing what it's supposed to. No problem at all. So I've driven from coast to coast with this system, and it's been mostly flawless. The only real issue I ever ran into was one time I was, on the highway, and a semi started merging into my lane, and I was right where he was trying to merge, which is not ideal. Now, of course, the system isn't going to do anything in that scenario, and basically, I would have been crushed, and that's not really ideal. Now, I don't know if a Tesla full self-driving system would have been able to correct in that scenario. But this system certainly cannot do anything, so you still do have to be paying attention in that scenario. I just slammed on the brakes and let them merge. You know, usually you let the larger vehicles merge. It's a good thing to do rather than play chicken. But other than that, the system's actually been pretty flawless. Now, if it can't make a sharp turn, right, there is a limit to how sharp of a turn it can take. It will just let you know. It'll beep at you. It'll, you know, flash stuff in your face, be like, hey, take control of the steering wheel, and you do that and it's no problem. But actually this car can take some pretty sharp turns. It really just does depend on your car.